Hey guys, Battleblood here. So this time I'm actually showing off my death here. Well, not really showing off, just happen to be on him. And I know I haven't blogged in a while, so but there's been a lot of things going on in my life lately that I've yet to share. Some will come up later than others, but mostly, it's just been about videos. I haven't really had time to sit down and write out articles or just plain blogs. Little journals. Just because I've been lately, if you haven't been following me on YouTube, been uploading a long series of PvP videos. Basically, every match that Perfect Catch and I do, we upload. And then instead of adding music to it all the time, which basically, I don't know, I feel like stealing rights or I don't have a license to play music or whatever, even though there's such thing as like the free, what is it? Free use of digital media or whatever. Um, I just hated getting emails saying, oh, you have uh, audio that's licensed by this company. So I decided, let's go with something original. Let's go with something that will get posted right after it's uploaded and processed, instead of going through this, preliminary check on what kind of audio you have. So I've been picking up on that, and or at least trying to avoid that. So I've been doing audio commentary. Plus, it's fun just to go over the matches and explain exactly what went on here, and hopefully help out some players that are interested in learning PvP, especially in team play. So I've been doing a lot of commentaries lately. I don't know. I've been dishing out about a video each day, on average. So not a lot of time to sit down and really talk about things. Not a lot of time that's being spent in the spiral. But just the other day, I did a PvP workshop with Fallon and Cassandra, and that went pretty well. We actually learned some things in the workshop. So if you weren't there, I'm also going to post up the entire video there on from there on YouTube after this vlog. But basically, what we learned was, through Insane Bolt, if you happen to die by that and you get revived in the same round, it doesn't seem like it saves your pips anymore. Because Fallon started off with 3 power pips, used Insane Bolt, killed herself, and we thought, well, if we had by throwing out a heal at that same turn, she'll be able to keep those 2 power pips plus the new pip that she gains in the new round. Well, turns out that she actually lost all of her pips, so she ended up with just 1 white pip afterwards. So that was kind of a bummer. I mean, we were expecting to utilize Insane Bolt, but instead it just seems like a card that's entirely based off of luck. And I don't know, I don't really like cards that are entirely based, on pure chance. Like, if there isn't really a strategy behind it, then kind of I don't really condone using it. But anyways, so we've been doing that. We went over basically all the 15 new spells that came out, and you would think that, oh wait, 15, aren't there aren't there 7 schools and only level 35 and level 55 spells that came out for each school, therefore it's only 14? Well, that's what I thought at first too, but then I realized, oh, Balance actually gets 2 spells for their level 35, and that's the Elemental and Spiritual Defuse. So that was pretty, I mean, there are a lot of tactics in there, but it's explored all in the PvP workshop, so I'll get that video set up too, as soon as possible. So, other than that, it's just been, I mean, even Perfect Catch hasn't been PvPing lately because we've been working on the waterworks, trying to get all of our gear. Main reason being for the extra universal resistance plus the critical rating. So been working on that, for past few weeks, and finally all of our team has all three parts. So, congrats to Fallon and Cassandra that for getting their items very recently. Um, and Ronan and I, Ronan and I got pretty lucky and just managed to get all three of our pieces pretty early on. So we've been taking in our secondaries, like my death, as you saw earlier, been taking them in, and now he's waiting on his boots. So, um, so yeah, just a lot of waterworks running and commentaries, and that PvP workshop. Um, as for real life, um, I actually have been in search of a job, and I actually got called back after an interview. They said they were pretty impressed. So, I mean, it sounds pretty good. We just need to finalize things and quote unquote connect the dots, whatever that means. I think probably background checks just to make sure Battleblood's got a good history. And what's interesting is that through the projects that I've been involved with in this game, I mean, the game. When you think of a game, especially an MMO or an RPG, you would think, oh, it's just an escape from real life. It's a way to relax, and just get away from all the stress, and responsibilities, especially for adults. And with a game as complex as this, I mean, especially when it comes to PvP, you can't really ask for anything more. But instead of just relaxing all the time, wanted to get busy and continue honing some skills, continue developing myself as pretty much an individual. So I can say, before I even hopped into Wizard 101, my communication skill. I mean, I was just I hated public speaking a lot, and would not be the first person to like raise their hand unless it was in math. But nowadays, whatever class it is, I'm just hopping in there and getting my opinions out without fear of judgment or feeling intimidated by anything. And that's just due to like with Wizard 101, not the game itself, but actually the projects that I've been involved in, like Ravenwood Radio, speaking in front of, well, most of the time the segments are recorded, but considering that a lot of people are actually listening to you too, it is a form of public speaking. And then through blog writing, I've improved on my writing skills a lot. Before, when I've spent about 2 to 3 hours, well, not even 2 to 3 hours, but like 5 to 7 hours just to write out like 2 pages or so, because trying to stay high quality in my writing and whatnot, instead of just dishing out whatever I can think of. I mean, I honestly had poor writing skills before, but then through blogging, through article writing, and I've learned to pay attention to detail, learned how to stay pretty fluent and cohesive, with my topics, and not go in such circular loops or go off on tangents all the time. So that's really helped me out a lot, and especially through Pet Gnome Project, I've been learning a lot of different skills and getting very familiar with computer. Not that I hadn't had a lot of computer experience before. I mean, I did with cross-referencing pages. I mean, it's a wiki-based page, and so you have to kind of connect the dots itself. You have to ensure that cross-referencing is full. It's a full, complete loop. You want to make sure that there's a link on every page, and that you can find more information on every single page, instead of leading your audience to a dead end and force them to use like a back button or a home button and whatnot. So being able to create like a mental flow chart and then actually apply it to something real that's been helpful with data entry and collection, and I've learned to use a lot of web-based applications. Uh, and in addition to like Ravenwood Radio, with live stream, kind of inspiring me to start, my own live stream and and basically get to know how the recording equipment works. Been able to mess around with audio and video a lot. So, it's been very helpful in self-development. Uh, Totally didn't expect it. I mean, before I thought I was just gonna be a gamer that liked to upload YouTube videos. But then I met Friendly, or at least found out about Friendly through, and then found out about Ravenwood Radio, and met all sorts of amazing people throughout the year, actually, year and a half or so. And it's really, I mean, in short, I can say that I've been able to pull all together all those experiences that I've had, all those opportunities and privileges and projects that I've been involved with, and be able to actually talk about it in the interview. So, three new people now know about Wizard 101, but they also have an idea of what I'm capable of, and what I can actually contribute and bring to the table for them as well. So, I mean, contrary to my original belief that, well, spending time in Wizard 101, is it a waste of time or so? Well, not necessarily. I mean, as long as you keep yourself busy, as long as you set some kind of goal and try to meet them, whether it's personal or within the game itself, just it'll help in the long run. Or it'll help in ways that you'll never expected. So I mean, this is the first game I've ever subscribed to, because I'll be honest, I'm very, very biased against subscription type games. I don't like spending money at all on items that I can't really gain an investment out of. So, with a game, you think about Farmville, where they're charging credits and whatnot, and in games like these with microtransaction crowns, I mean, you can't really do anything with crowns. It's really just expendable money placed into a pool for entertainment. But I mean, I didn't see it coming, but with my determination and my and willpower and dedication and whatnot, I've been able to pick up a few extra skills, been able to improve myself, as mentioned before. So, when it comes to games and whatnot, use it sparingly. But if you can find something where, hey, this helps me think critically, or this helps me, I don't know, like in this game, if you can turn off the sound and just read, learn some vocabulary and whatnot, you can do that. And who knows, on the SAT someday, when you're just trying to get out of high school, or on those tests, and you see this word that you've seen in the game and whatnot, I mean, it just helps. So try to put some use to your entertainment as well. That would be my advice, for any kind of activity. So yeah, I think the interview went pretty well. They were just really impressed, and they noticed that, yeah, you can really communicate. We don't get that too often. Especially with someone talking about a game as one of their, as where they've developed some competency from. They were just really surprised, and I don't know, maybe we'll see them. Maybe I'll see my future employers in the game sometime. That'd be kind of cool if they joined up. And Diana Wildheart was gave this pretty cute comment about, did you give him your TFC? And I'm like, or I mean, your crowns code or so to get crowns if they sign up. And I'm like, no, no, not trying to look for an investment in that way. But yeah, that could have been something to do. So, anyways, this is the little route that I'm taking with Mistblood. I mean, Mistblood is only level 20, but he's in Grizzleheim here because I dropped him off. Really, just so he can collect reagents. And what I'm after is the Frost Flowers. So I can create satyrs. This guy can craft satyrs and pass along to Cassandra Dragonheart, who then crafts our rebirths for TPC PvP. So, yeah, this is where I sometimes just spend time contemplating or just trying to kill time. Just collect reagents, Frost flowers, gotta have them. And sometimes the mushrooms drop the nightshade that I need as well, but most of the time I just buy it at the bazaar. So, good stuff. And there's something that I've been posting on my blog, ICH, and, I think by now, especially through a lot of hints, especially through the riddles themselves, that just give it some time and it'll start to make sense, because there's actually a little secret project that I'm working on. Well, it's not really a project, but it's like a documentation. So, and I'm pretty excited to share that with all of you, but just wait, just give it some time and it'll reveal itself. And I think you'd be pretty surprised, and I will probably reveal a lot more than some may expect. So keep your eyes open out for that, for the ICH stuff. But I haven't been writing too many riddles for that because it hasn't really. I mean, it's been pretty repetitive on this project itself, and basically each of those clues relate to something within the project or within the concept of the overall master plan, as I call it. So, but yeah, it's gonna be revealing some surprises here and there, and it does relate to real life. So. I think some of you will enjoy finding out what that is finally, but that's gonna be a while. But anyways, I do want to bring up an announcement because there's been a lot of requests for it, especially on YouTube, where viewers have asked, you do, like, Kevin, you do the commentaries. Is there any way you can actually record your Skype conversations, as opposed to the post-game commentaries? Can you give us the commentaries during the game? How does Perfect Catch communicate? How do we plan out our strategies? And how do we function as a well-oiled machine? So I've been putting a lot of thought into that. And it is possible. I mean, I guess I could live stream our games, and the video quality would suffer. So you won't be able to see the numbers too well, and it'd be kind of jerky in terms of viewing quality. But let me see here. But at the same time, you really don't get the full experience, really don't get the, I mean, sometimes I even forget what we're trying to plan, and I have to backtrack and remember, oh, okay, that's what we were after, after seeing the actual plan kind of unfold, or, so I've been putting a lot of thought into it. And then Steven Spiritcaller from Ravenwood Radio actually indirectly helped make this kind of opportunity possible. We are, I mean, let me lay it down straight for you guys. Team Perfect Catch is expecting to be able to provide the live, well, not only live, but most likely recorded commentaries, or recorded, what do you call it, communications, or radio feed. But basically, you'll be able to hear all four of us, Ronan, Fallon, Cassandra, and I speak with one another during matches. So I'll be adding that to the videos. That does then mean that the videos will have to be, I mean, again, I'm thinking about it. What that means is that the videos will not be sped up. You'll have to sit through watching all those spritelys pop up. But and then the file size is just huge. It's gonna take a while for me to process and be able to upload it on time. And I'm already trying to struggle with uploading all the pre-Winter Tusk videos right now. So that's a bit of a strain, but we're trying to make it work out somehow. So anyways, Steven did give us an idea. He pointed us out to something called Mumble, which is actually like it's a voice chat room. So instead of I mean, there's text allowed, but you can also just hop into the room. You don't need a host like Skype requires, and you can talk with one another at any time of day as long as the servers are up. So he was thinking of that, of using that for not only for podcasting, because Skype does take up a lot of latency. It does create a lot of lag at most times, and plus you need a host. So if someone disconnects, that means it's possible for the entire connection or for the entire conversation to be lost as well. And you don't ever want that mid-game. So we're looking into Mumble right now. I've actually been spending the last 2 nights setting it up. We downloaded it last night and tried it out for a little bit and found a few problems with it, but then today and since last night I've managed to work out the tweaks and am now writing up a tutorial. But anyways, what it is the 4 of us will be sitting in the room, and then there will be a listening user using my laptop, and basically my laptop will live stream the audio only. There isn't going to be any video, except maybe you can see the chat room and see who's talking at a time. The monitor will be focused, I mean the video will be focused on the interface of Mumble, so you can see, oh, that person's talking right now and they're in a game. So we'll be offering that. The only thing with live stream is that it provides a delay. So for those of you wondering, oh no, TPC, you're gonna talk about your game plan broadcasted to just anyone who's interested. Well, while that may be true, live stream actually does provide a delay. Like, I've tested it out a few times. It takes about 30 seconds to reach. So by the time that anyone finds out any of our plans or any of our cards, they'll be 30 seconds too late. There'll be an entire round too late to really be able to let the broadcast backfire on us. So kind of happy about that. But at the same time, for viewers that are in game at the same time that they're watching us, things are going to be off sync. So while we aren't doing this just yet, we want to invest some time into Mumble and see if this is worthwhile, see if it's totally efficient. I'm actually thinking of allowing just wizards who register with us and whatnot be able to actually sit in on the Mumble server and hear us live. And by live, I don't mean through live stream, which provides delay and also ads, but we're also looking into, I mean, this is basically you don't have any ads. You're sitting in the listening room itself, and you get to hear everything as clear as a bell, and everything said basically on the dime, to use that expression. So what I mean by that is when you're listening to us, it'll actually sound like we're in the same room as you, so you don't have any delay, you don't have any lag. But right now, Mumble, um, actually not just right now, but Mumble does charge a fee for that. It's a pretty small fee though. Right now we're just testing out for 1 month. It's about $2. No biggie. But that's basically for 10 slots. So that's we already have 4 slots used up by Perfect Catch, and then another 6 slots, one for my laptop and the administration, and then the other 6 will actually be delegated to some close friends of ours, some VIP members, I would say, because they've pretty much stuck with us ever since creation of the team and have supported us thoroughly. And whether it's technical difficulties where we needed a different host for Skype, or needed some resources within the game. So they've helped us out with that. And so we figure, you know what, since they've really helped us maintain our team and maintain our game and play style, that they deserve to definitely sit in at any time and watch us while we conversate and strategize. So that'll go to them. But if there's enough interest in from the public audience to want to sit in and hear us play as well, we'll be considering that. You know, it'll take a it'll take some extra money. Not too much though, really. I mean, if you want to get it to 100 max slots, it's about like $22 a month, and that's, I mean, if you think about it, that's less than $1 per person that's registered. So, I mean, it's not too wallet breaking or anything. But at the same time, we'll actually have to be selective in who actually gets to hop on and listen, because who knows what who knows if there are enemy teams out there who just want to sit in and actually hear our strategies again live, as if we're in the same room as them, and start to decide based on that. So we're thinking about it. The only thing I have to warn about this kind of idea is that it may not go. We may not even implement it. We'll actually probably stick to recorded videos and just add the audio that we record from the conversations in Mumble, because to be honest, all 4 of us on TPC are all adults, and to be honest, sometimes we let our tongue slip. So, and 3 of us, actually probably all 4 of us, are major advocates for keeping the game family friendly and whatnot. We don't want to turn it into like WoW or anything. So, also we don't want parents saying, "Hey kids, you can't listen to this," because a lot of But anyways, so we'll actually consider, should we put a disclaimer? Should we not even do this at all? Live at least? Should we just keep it recorded so I can censor the audio? I mean, I just want to put out as many ideas out there as possible, so you guys can, give us some feedback, give me some feedback, and let me know, do you have any alternative ideas that we can do, or do you have any concerns, questions, rebuttals? Like, don't do this at all. Would love to hear it. So, so yeah, it's summer break for me right now. I do have school returning in June, and then that job offer that's just hanging right now. I am gonna get a call from them tomorrow, so we'll see where that goes. And in terms of schooling, I am pretty close to transferring. I still have to talk to some counselors about that, about the special course that I had that should be transferring, but I don't know. Policies and guidelines and standards just won't allow it, or so. Even though it was a course from a much higher institution, it's funny that the lower ones wouldn't accept it really. But I'll see if I can get past that. So I'll get back to you guys on that if I know and if I care to share. So yeah, anyways, thanks for your time. I mean, really, I would like to type these things out, but then again, I get really lost in terms of sharing, and it's just easier to take it informally, or I mean to yeah to distribute this information informally, not through writing, but through a vlog, through some through audio. So, anyways, hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the spiral.